Alright guys, so welcome back for round 2 of Scotch Arm Chats with myself, Kieran, Callum Crozier, Connor Sale, and we've got a guest on tonight, Sean Paterson, one of the original members of the clan.
Yes.
How have you been, mate?
Long time to see. Been good,
Seen you today. You looked pretty strong. You had a match with David Bradford. Oh, like how did it feel for you today? I know difficult to start, but I mean you started getting into a rhythm.
It was good, mate. It was good. It's just I didn't expect the match today. I thought they asked me what the match initially. Obviously, I was going there to train.
Yeah,
and I thought,
it came out of nowhere, didn't it?
I thought, fair enough. I have a go. I've done like 6 sessions with Connor in the last year, and that's all I've done table wise.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting too much, but to be fair, wasn't much in it, so I was quite happy with the way it went. So yeah.
Oh, that's ideal. Connor, you even had you had 2 matches today. You had Steve Rhino on left, and you also even had Tom. And I know on both occasions you were given a large weight advantage away, even though you came in quite heavy. Today, how do you feel that you could have maybe done better? Do you think you could have prepared a little bit better? I know it's a better loss in the end, but I mean, how do you think things could have maybe gone different?
Well, I mean, in terms of the Tom match, I feel like I did everything I could.
Yeah.
Maybe I got a little bit too riled, a little bit too aggressive, and kind of didn't think halfway through because, I mean, it really pissed me off, that one. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I know it can be a better loss, but
yeah, in terms of the Steve Rhino match, I think he was just a bit too strong. I don't really pay too much attention to my left in general, and I know he doesn't either. But I think that one was just a straight up loss. But
that was pretty much, there was no real sort of technicality on either person's side. It was just who's stronger sort of thing. And I mean, he's the bigger guy. He's got
pretty much
more horsepower to sort of drive down. Callum, you didn't manage to show face today.
Nope.
You know, how do you feel like who would have been on your hit list if you had made it today? I would have liked to have seen you going up against the likes of Tom or maybe even James Beach. I think those people would have probably been a good sort of area for you. I mean, they're roughly about the sort of between 105. I think. Well, Tom claims that he's just over 100 kilo, between 100 and 105, and then you've got the likes of James Beach, who's probably, I think he said he was about 112. I think he was maybe a little bit heavier today, but I mean, you know, like how do you think with your first match coming up? How do you think that? I mean, I know that you've got like a strongman background. How do you think that you would have made an approach to sort of like train for something like that?
It's just, I mean, I think it's to say, like, I think I'd just be in there to firing about everybody. Anybody that wanted a match with us, I'd have took it. It's all just a learning experience.
Well,
all about feeling hands, really, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you haven't really got much experience when it comes to different sort of hands. I know you train with myself, you train with Connor, you've trained with Sean once, Powell as well. Powell is one person that you've been meaning to get back, Mr. Redlicky. But yeah, like, I mean, I'd like to see you sort of like.
The thing is, after today, I think we need to start training together more regular. I think so. I think Callum will benefit more if all of us start training together, like me with Callum, you, David. So I think we talked about it today. I think that's the way forward.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, you and David are two totally different styles. I think that would probably benefit to make sort of all-rounder.
All these kind of guys, I think I would benefit. See the way Callum seems to pull. I think he would gain more training with me. The way he's got that left drag, I'll hit him in the areas he needs to be hit. Because that's the way he wants to pull. Whether in the future he wants to start rotating, that's yet to be seen. But the way he seems to pull right now is just that basic overpower somebody. I think that's so we can work on that.
Yeah, it would definitely be beneficial. Connor, you're looking a little bit sort of queasy there. How are you feeling?
I'm a bit pissed. I went over. I mean, I started off my day right with a nice wee pre-workout snack of two shots of Talisker Sky or Talisker Storm. I can't remember.
And this is true.
Whiskey.
Well, this is true. This is true.
I had a double shot of whiskey first thing before my matches, and then I did a good.
That was about 12 o'clock. We done that. It was about 12 o'clock.
It was about 4.5, 5 hours of training non-stop. I don't think I left the table for more than 5 minutes the whole time. Then straight back on the whiskey. I didn't have that many, but I was just so dehydrated and lack of food that I just got a bit fucked.
Well, I can already call bullshit on your dehydration because you'd already guzzled down about a gallon of water, before your second match.
Then I went for
mid-match. Mid-match, he turns around to me and he's like, "Who the fuck's got water? I'm needing something. I'm going to pass it out."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mid-match, I realised I needed 2.5 litres of water. And then, of course, I had to go for an hour and a half piss. Went for an hour and a half piss and it was just straight back on the whiskey.
Yeah, and I think you've still not probably eaten yet. I mean, I think, you had some chicken selects, didn't you? Grab some wee bit of food. But you... sorry, Sean, you were saying? You were going to say something?
How did you feel your match with Paul today?
So
I know
match with Paul.
I've had lots of matches with Paul left-handed in the past, so I know what he feels like in competition mode. So where do you feel? I know, in my opinion, where you could have capitalised more on what you did. But how do you feel about it?
Yeah. So I was ill prepared for it. I didn't know. I'd had a couple of previous encounters with Paul. I made the wrong manoeuvres, and I was dead set on trying to get that manoeuvre engaged. And it just didn't work out. So I'm sitting there. I'm trying to go deep inside, trying to jump my elbow forward, but at the same time, he's back pressure and he's just going straight back, and he's sort of getting into my hand and wrist, which means that I'm trying to go inside with a flat wrist. So it just didn't pan out. It was just ill prepared for something that wasn't even there. So it's just I'll get back down.
I don't think. I mean, as strong as Paul and as fast as Paul is, I don't feel like it's. I'm not. I said before the match, I wouldn't be surprised if you won or Paul won. So I don't think, in my opinion, it wasn't a true representation of how well you can pull left-handed. I just think you chose the wrong positional play. I think. Yeah. I think you should. Obviously, you're a pal. Paul's a pal. But if I was you, I'd dump the match and get tied to him.
Yeah.
Left-handed, right-handed with Paul, you can be tied to him and it's still a fucking nightmare. Do you know what I mean? But he's a nightmare wherever you pull him. He's so fast and
he walked in probably the heaviest that I've seen him in quite a while, 120, something like that.
He's a big lump, man. He's big. He's big, strong, and powerful. Paul, 120 kilos, is a handful for anybody in the country, left or right-handed, mate. That's a fact.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a fact.
Me and Sean talked a lot about it after the match, and we kind of feel that closing down that distance in the strap would have been your best bet, because you kind of sort of held on, and I think maybe at one point if you could have slipped, which I know you tried to, maybe it could have been a different story, but if a guy's too strong.
Yeah, no, it's like I said at the start, by about the third match, I was sitting there trying to get inside, at which point my medial starts cramping up and I can no longer hold a cup. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying, my hand and wrist are sort of all burning out, and I can't seem to follow through with it. The side pressure wasn't there, and it was just, at one point it was just sitting there and holding me, and it was just, I wasn't going nowhere.
That's what I mean. See, Paul, he's so quick. If you're not tied to him.
The man showed up wearing a gum shield, so that's when you know that a guy's actually prepared for a fucking.
when Paul's on it, man, he's hard to stop. He is.
Yeah.
Is it usually like such a big weight difference for super matches? Because I know, like in other sports, there would be like an agreed weight for both guys to be under before they
so usually
not generally, but
whenever Paul Maiden shows up with his team.
Sorry, go on.
One at a time.
Aye. Whenever Paul Maiden shows up with his team, comes to Scotland, it's Scotland guy at this weight, Club Torture guy at this weight.
No.
That's how it goes.
Well, I mean, it's used, but the thing is it's accepted. It's an accepted match. If the weight difference wasn't, it needs to be agreed on both sides.
It is agreed. I mean,
I was the one that actually called out Paul.
I was about to say that. It's like Kieran wanted that match. So,
I wanted the match. I wanted to test the water. So, I was definitely the one that called that one out. It didn't matter the weight difference or nothing. I want the weight difference. I mean, it's never been that case for me. I've pulled against Sergey, Adam. I've pulled against Lee Gornall. All people who weigh 30 plus kilos more than me. 20 plus 30 kilos. You know what I mean? I've also even got Tom, who I've got at the end of the year, and I mean, I don't know where if he comes down to 95, it's impressive of a guy of his size. I want proof of it, but
he looked at 110 today. To me, looking at him, he's a big lump. He says 102, but I'm 90. I was like 92, 93 today. And
is he like well built, or is he like quite fat?
He's bigger built than me, mate. He's 3 inches taller than me, probably, and he's bigger built than me. So, I don't know.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. He's got traps for days, put it that way. Got traps for days.
He's a big lump. He's a big lump.
Yeah, big lump. But yeah, like size difference really doesn't matter in the super match formation, competition. So it's usually if you feel like you can take the person and the other person says, right, okay, let's do it, then that's how a match is agreed. But usually you want to pull somebody who has a similar sort of experience, a similar strength, maybe even similar style, so that it can go on for a war, because that's the thing that you're wanting when it comes to a super match. You don't want it just to be a sort of flash pin. And I felt like I could take on Paul, so I went and asked him to have the match. He said, okay, let's go. And it's the exact same with Tom. Tom and Connor. Connor feels like he could take Tom. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, Connor, you did actually put on a good show. It wasn't just a case of like a flash pin. It wasn't. Even Paul couldn't say it was. No, Sean, you actually had a really, really good match with Bradford. Yeah. You know what I mean? You've been off for how long? You've been sort of in and out of training, maybe 6 times this year. If you feel like if you were training every single day, do you feel like you're
I've been training. I've arm wrestling wise since I've seen you guys in September last year, and that's when I felt really bound up. I stopped altogether, everything, and I started training again probably start of this year gradually, and I got a corner over probably 6 weeks ago. I started doing a little bit of table time, nice and gently to start with, and then so I've had 6 mediocre sessions with Connor in the last 10 months. That's all I've had table wise.
So you're just sort of like trying to ease yourself back into it. I mean, with all this sort of situation,
I am glad I did what I did today, because it gives me a revelation of how my shoulder can take it and my elbows can take it, and I feel okay now. So I'm glad I did it. So it means I can start hitting a bit harder now.
Well, I mean, you were pulling against one of your favourites, Mr. Adam Catcher, today, and I mean, it seemed like you took a good few pins off of him, which you seemed dead happy about. And I mean, do you think that you could see yourself pulling against Adam? I know it's like very sort of similar styles. He's a very sort of defensive, low hand, like hook. He's sort of drags.
It's completely different styles. It's me and Adam. If I go into deep hook with Adam, I can hold him off for a bit, but he is the stronger man. I've been trying to work on my top roll, and that's the only reason I got any kind of pins on Adam today, which I had a lot of success. That's because I've been working on my post back in my rotation, and I can sit on him until he gets tired, because he's got a forearm that's literally almost twice my size. he is a stronger man. So if I go into a deep hook behind him, catcher, it's game over.
You just got to.
So,
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say like you're obviously very, very fast off the start when you want to be, and I think that's probably where you have the advantage over the likes of Adam. I wouldn't say at this time, like moment in time, you want to be going up against someone like that because we're easing back into this. Like everybody's, I mean, I know like Club Torture, they're very regular with their training. We're sort of, very. At this moment in time, you could even say lackadaisical with it. Everybody's a little bit apprehensive about going back and training with bigger clubs. Today was it? I mean, it was a great day, to sort of like go up, see everybody, have a good pool.
I mean, and like we've got some really good guys in this country now. Like see me, yourself, and Bradford. This one weight class, we've got 3 of the best 90 kilos in the country. We should be training together. We should train together, absolutely. We shouldn't be worried about losing to each other. It doesn't matter. It's training. We should bring each other up. And I think if we don't, it's personally.
Yeah, no, I know. One dark horse that I want to mention today is Big James Stewart. Now, James,
beast.
I was super impressed with Big James today. I mean, that man stonewalled near enough everybody today, left and right. He went up against Tom, his stonewalled Tom, who we thought that would have actually it would have been a similar sort of situation as it was at Farmers. But the big man, showed up, absolute fucking powerhouse he was. He just sat there.
If you have a strong enough hand and wrist, it's the fundamentals of arm wrestling. If you've got a stronger hand and wrist to your opponent by 10%, it looks so easy. And it looks so easy for today. The only person that gave me any problems, and I was only right-handed, was Paul Maiden. That's with a shunt.
Yeah.
But in
I think even like in a slow pull, Paul was still struggling with him. But obviously, like Paul has the jump on him off the start. He knows how to react in a situation.
He's much more technical. Right-handed.
He knows how to position himself for a right-hand match, especially against someone of his size, because he has competed against people his size, has similar sort of stature, hand size. Like me and you, how often do we actually come up against somebody of that stature? It's very rarely.
Nobody comes across somebody James Stewart stature, man. He's got. I mean, Big Ethan, as strong as Big Ethan is. As strong as Big Ethan is.
You're not our size. You're a little bit bigger.
As strong as Big Ethan is, when you saw them gripping up, the big difference was his hand looked small and his wrist looked small beside James's. James is he's a natural giant. He's got big wrists, big hands, big bones, and that is a fundamental in arm wrestling, because if you can just overpower somebody's mitt and just dwarf a hand, it's hard to come back for that.
I couldn't do anything off the start.
That's with your strength in arm wrestling, Kieran, that you're weight, because you have a thick palm and a thick wrist, and it works well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I would say to a certain extent. Like, I mean, I've not got the muscle mass or anything like yourself.
Your hand is really good. Your hand is really
David.
good.
So I would say that's where my sort of selling point would be the hand, wrist, and that's pretty much it. I've just got to develop. I've just got to sort of like position.
That's not it, mate. But that's your ace card.
Yeah. So yeah, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to ask.
What other matches were today then? So what happened? Hold on, Martin and Ted. That was a cracker, man. That was a cracker.
That was an absolute beast of a match. A couple of times elbow fills on both sides, but it turned out to be 4-1. I think Ted elbow filled twice.
Do you know something? Yeah, I lost track of the score. I just watched the match, and it was so nip and tuck. But I mean, you could see Ted was taking control. Martin was trying to do the floppy wrist, and Ted would go back and connect on his wrist and force him back in. It was impressive to watch. It was good to watch.
No, definitely. I mean, Martin has been out of the game for quite some time. He's been in and out. I think the last competition that he competed at was Dragon Fire. Was that last year? I think it was even.
No. It
Was,
was Club Torch Classic 2018.
oh yeah. Before the PA, that was literally the first PAA event. I forgot about that. So yeah, that was the last competition he had actually competed at. Yeah, but definitely. I mean, the guy's not really concentrating on bodybuilding right now. He's kind of off season, you could say. So I mean, he showed up strong, and he gave the British number one on left and right a good run for his money. And
see, to be honest, you need to put it this way: it's the British number one by a country mile in that weight class.
Yep.
By a country mile.
100%.
It's not
Who's
even
watching Disney?
My wife. Look at the boys. Yeah. She loves it. She loves it, guys. She loves it.
Oh, we all love Disney.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sean, you were saying. Country mile, Tim Wilson.
He's not the best in his weight class by a small margin. He's the best in his weight class by a mile, mate, and that's more in my opinion, it's more of a representation of it. See, the old school guys are not. There's a lot of guys that come through the ranks that are strong, but see until that some of the guys that have been in it for a long time come back. They are strong, but see, like your Stuart Halls, your Peter Hendersons, your Stephen Curlow's come back, then they realise what it really takes to win, because I think the level has dropped. In this country at the top end, and I think it would be beneficial if these can come back. Obviously, Stuart's a good mate. I mean, he probably won't come back now. I think he's done. Carly can come back, but he's out of the country. Peter Henderson is coming back, and that guy's a fucking beast. He comes back.
That guy's an absolute monster.
He's a monster. He's a monster right-handed, mate. And to be honest with you, right-handed, even put myself in right-handed, put myself in and put yourself in it. And even Bradford, I can't see anybody stopping him if he comes back in form. Unless
he's been concentrating on his judo, and I mean that yourself, judo carries over well.
Oh, it does, mate. He's
to this, all the grappling,
Perfect. Honestly, I'd like to see him and Tom Holland go at it again. To be honest,
Rampage 2016, I think it was. 2016. Yeah, that was the last time that them two, I'm sure, pulled against each other.
It was so nip and tuck, and it was so much tighter now. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's I would probably give the edge to Tom, but who knows?
Just for training every single day, you don't know how many tears he's crawled up in that time.
I mean, you don't. I mean, Paul sent me a couple of videos. I won't say who, but with Peter training, and he looks fucking solid. People he's pulling through. I know they're strong. It's good. So
one of my favourite matches to this date was actually Peter Henderson and Aaron Blevins, who recently tore his bicep off.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see that? Yeah. So Aaron Blevins basically came over from. Shout out to Aaron if you see this. He's an American who came over for the New Year Cup, which is actually an international open, which means that anybody from any country don't need a British passport or nothing. You can just show up on the day and you can pull. And this guy came up and he got second on right. But the absolute war for it was insane. And Sean, you actually had him in your weight class. Did you even you got to pull him a little bit on the side table, Aaron?
Mate, seen that same tournament? Left-handed, smoked his ass.
There you go. So, yeah.
Sorry, Alan, but I did.
No, definitely. Oh, we did. We sat down and had a few drinks. The guy was sound.
I've had a few training days with Alan, and I've talked to him all the time. I'll joke this side. He's a fucking beast, especially right-handed man. He's a monster, but he's he doesn't. I think he's been out of the game again. Like maybe myself, he's not. I know he pulled a high level tournament there, and he's much stronger than what the results showed there. I think he's the guy is a beast. He is a beast. He is a beast.
He's the guy that believes in flat Earth, right?
Yeah.
Mate, he's the world's best troll, mate. He just does that to get reactions off of you, man. He's honestly, you see if you talk to him, man, he's class. He's a good guy. He's good.
I've never met him.
He's funny.
Oh no, class.
Yeah.
Voice like silk.
Yeah.
So have you guys started thinking about what you're gonna do, what you're gonna change going forward then after today?
So I reckon.
Sorry, Kieran, on you go, mate. Sorry, mate, on you go.
Outside of just training with more hands, but like how you're actually gonna go about training.
So I reckon that we should really be like easing ourselves back into this, like really, really slow. I think what we're doing right now is probably the best. You know, sort of take our time with it, train with ourselves, and then sort of increase the sort of, I would say, the amount of times that we're going to be training with each other. You know, maybe some weeks, like you guys come through to us, keep it round about 4 or 5 until we get to a stage where it's like, okay, the pandemic seems to be easing down a little bit, so we can get a little bit of regularity coming into the later months of the year. Because at the end of the day, you know, you're not wanting to be too careless with it, and then something, you know, God forbid, happens. Well, I mean, today might have been a little bit careless, but at the end of the day, we all came home. We're all good. You know, it's just nobody even got injured, which is quite a surprise. You know, that was one of my fears. Like, I mean, I'm obviously nursing this injury at the minute. You know, Sean, you actually. How's the elbow, by the way?
Honestly, man, I'm so happy that I've managed to pull as hard as I did today, and I feel fine. Because 6 months ago, I thought my arm wrestling career was over, and that's the truth. I thought it was done. But I feel good now, man. It's
obviously still the creaks and cracks of an arm wrestler's elbow. You know, it sounds like a packet of Walkers, but
can you hear that shit?
That's grim.
That's bone on bone shit, boys.
Ryan's been wanting to hear that for a while now, so there you go, Ryan. Well done, you've officially heard.
Anybody that thinks my elbow isn't fucked, that's how straight it goes to you. Look at that for a range of movement.
Almost bad as my shoulder, that's great. That's crazy.
This is a look at your future, boys.
I've got that to look forward to in my diamond years.
Still got mine.
That, man. As much as you can lift, he's still like your arm actually goes back the other way, doesn't it, Callum? Do that again. Fully flexible.
Oh, that's because my triceps just so big.
No, it's because you don't bicep.
That's a muscle you guys just don't really have, isn't it?
Oh, come on, mate. That's a chicken wing.
Turkey leg.
No, my left arm doesn't quite straighten. That's.
Is that it? So you're not. You're getting a bit of restriction there already.
I had a grade 2 tear in that bicep start of end of 2018. So it's just range of movements, not quite.
My right arm's getting there as well. See, regards to. That's it. My left arm is actually worse, but yeah, there you go. That's arm wrestling for you. Shite.
Yeah, no, we're all crumbling on the inside out. Oh,
yeah, you're alright, man. You're brand new. Come on.
Me? Have you seen my mobility on my shoulder? That's it. I can't go no higher. I can't go no higher. You know this.
How old are you, mate? Are you 24?
26.
Oh God, you're a baby, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Old man Sean over here.
Wait for it to get less mobility. Over the years, it's going to get worse and worse and worse.
It is.
I mean, you already know what's coming because it's already happened.
I don't wait. Yeah, I can still see my head like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I think we'll call it there, lads. I think that was actually a good wee chat there. We've got about a good 55 minutes. Right, okay, Sean. It was nice talking to you.
And you guys.
You're not doing. Oh, you got to do the outro. You got to do your proper outro.
I'm doing the outro. I'm doing the outro.
Do some enthusiasm.
Kieran,
Right, Sean.
Yeah. Kieran, fuck something up.
I fuck it up. Go on.
No, this is me fucking up because you guys keep fucking talking. This is
Fuck
me
up,
fucking up. This is. Get your fucking neck out of the fucking picture, mate. Oh, mate, that's disgusting.
Oh my god.
You're like fucking
That's a neck.
Cumberland.
That's a neck.
Yeah, that's neck. Plural, Sean. Plural. Necks.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe for more weekly content. Well, this was Scotch Arm Chats.
There you go. That's it.